What's up, everybody? It's your favorite pizza eater's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the New Age Legendary Heroes repaint of their Brawn and Outback, I would imagine. This is their turtle set. This is all known to me from Max. Max left me a number of gifts in the box when he sent these to me. But it's all good. There's a long story to that. Maybe we'll talk about it on Wine and Cheese, but my wife is not letting me post a video on Instagram stories, even though I think it would be hysterical. That being said, we gotta take a look at these guys, but in order to do so, we need to take a look at accessories. All four come with the gas can. It can fold up to be the proper gas can, but it can also extend to be, I guess, some sort of weapon. I guess it's some sort of gun. It's hard to say. Perhaps they'll hold it like one either way. And the gas can just plug in to the back of the vehicle mode. You get all of their appropriate weapons, the bow staff, 2 katanas, 2 sais, and 2 nunchucks. The nunchucks and bow staff are all just cast in the brown plastic. The rest are cast in brown plastic, but the blades are painted silver. All right, we're gonna use Raphael as our basis because he's my favorite. So the head is on a swivel. You can kind of manipulate the hinge system to get him to look down. Not really anything up, but you definitely get the swivel. Red paint and silver paint on the eyes, and it looks like black paint behind the silver. Could be. Shoulders are ball pegs. You get the arms up to here, 90 degrees and around. No issue. Then we have a little bit of detail there on the yellow. The yellow looks painted to me. I know it's probably not. It's probably cast in the yellow, but it looks painted to me. We have an ball peg there for the elbow, gets you 90 degrees, and then you get a swivel. And then the wrists, you get up and down movement, and that's about it. A little bit of paint there on the pelvis. Hips are T-jointed ball joints, you get the full Van Damme. The pelvis will actually move for you to get the full Monty, so no issues there. You get a thigh swivel at a cut joint, and then you get a swivel where the knee pegs in, so it's a bit redundant. 90 degrees on the knee hinge. Red paint for the knee pads. No ankle pads. I mean, no elbow pads. It would have been nice if they painted that bit there at the bicep red, you know, and then subsequently all the other colors for the turtles. You get toe tilt, nothing down. You get a toe tilt up. And then you get the rocker. So pretty straightforward, but pretty standard. And then on the back, fairly clean. This is a little figure Mac. But yeah, pretty interesting. All the others are the same, except it's the appropriate colors for the mask and the appropriate colors for the knee pads. Size comparison wise, there he is with the old Iron Factory scale and the kind of Generations Legend scale. And there he is with Iron Factory Tarn. So he's a little fella. All right, so let's get one transformed. And they're actually a little trickier than you might think. Also, he has a waist swivel. I don't think I mentioned that, but he has a waist swivel. So untab the head, and you'll see that it's the front of the vehicle, right? And get this back up and out of the way as well. Do what you got to do to unlatch all of this. These green pieces here, you want to fold to the outside. The arms you want to bring around. You want the ball peg exposed on the outside and the window towards the outside as well. So ball peg on the outside, window on the outside. And getting this to kind of line up is a bit of a pain. You have a little tab in here. Get that up and out. These two forearms have tabs that have to go around this, and then this has to sit down so that the windows connect. And I think you can swivel the waist at this point as well. All right. So there we go. There we go. And I can just kind of get this one. And see, like, it's just challenging to kind of get the arms up and out of the way. There. All right. So, bring the legs up, face the knee to the outside and bend this forward, and then foot towards the sky. Then you can split this. This part will tab into there. This will wrap around, and the yellow side will tab in to there, and then the foot comes around to the back. So we'll do that again. Let's see, leg up like this. The knee hinge facing outward. Toes to the sky, so to speak. Open this up. Open that up. Plug that in. And plug that in. And these pieces here on the back interlock. And there you have him. Good night. It's a complicated. It's not complicated. There are some frustrating components to this, and this might need to be down. Yeah, I guess this would be supposed to be down. There's some interesting but frustrating components in order to pull this off, but it is pretty cool. And there they all are. All of their kind of lights up here correspond to their character, and then they have the slice of pizza on the front hood with, you know, red and orange and purple and blue. You know, so. I mean, they're pretty cool, man. You know, I think no issues. They're effective. It probably really works well for Braun. I haven't messed with him, but you know, same mold and such. So yeah, I like it. I think it's dare I say, shirt, Tiger Tracks. Final thoughts wise, let's talk about the negatives. It's mainly that it's such a small piece and there's so many things that need to kind of swivel in order for the transformation to pull off that it can be frustrating, especially if you have fingers that are shaped more like Italian sausages than actual phalanges. And honestly, man, like, that's all I got. If I had to nitpick one other thing, I would say that the hands have a tendency to sort of flip up into the forearm cavity while you're playing with them, while you're putting weapons in their hands, while you're transforming them, while you're doing anything, and that can be a bit of a frustrating experience. And to be fair, the way that the forearms plug into that one back piece, just because of how tight it is a little frustrating as well. So there's just a few components about it that aren't necessarily as smooth as silk. However, it is really cool. It is really fun. There are a lot of interesting components. The transformation is pretty clever. The articulation is pretty top shelf for a Legends figure especially. I love the sculpts of the turtle faces. I think it's a really interesting idea. Somehow the character of the turtles I feel like really does come through. And I'm not really one for like the crossover kind of transformer thing. Like we'll make a TIE fighter a transformer, and we'll make a DeLorean a transformer. It's just not really my bag. This isn't something that would normally appeal to me, but I gotta be honest, it is pretty cool, it is pretty smart, and I do actually dig it a fair bit. So yeah, it's a strong recommend for me if you're into the Turtles, if you're into Legends figures, or if you're into New Age. All of those things will leave you completely satisfied with this set. They did put a lot of extra care into this that you wouldn't necessarily expect. For instance, the weapons, the little pizza slices on the hood of the vehicle, like, they didn't have to do that. Nobody would have faulted them for that. Nobody would have been like, dude, where's the pizza slices? You know what I'm saying? But they put it on there because they have a little bit of pride in it. So it's a really cool set, and I definitely recommend it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.